Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Terrifying Tuesday. Yes, 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 folks. First and foremost, I do really hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your faces every Monday through Friday, both new faces and old. And then also do me a favor and look in the description box. You're also doing yourself a favor as well if you want to know more about the daily film. So look in the description box for more information such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, the runtime of the cut I am watching, the director, if there's an MPAA rating, if there's any trivia worthwhile mentioning. Which today I didn't come across anything that was really like oh my god, that's pretty cool trivia. I need to throw that in there for you guys. So today's there is not going to be any trivia, but there is also a link for a trailer in the movie. So you definitely have a nice cleaned up crispy trailer that Vinegar Syndrome did for this one. So you got a little bit of information in there as well. Not a whole lot. I try to keep it a little brief, not try to keep you guys in there stumbling over notes for an hour, because that just honestly I'd lose you guys on that one. It would lose me. I'm not gonna lie. I would get tired of it. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's get on to the movie of the day. This one came out way back in 1990. Is 30 years old now. Is none other than Blood Games. Yes, folks. This is a very, very fun, awesome little kind of a revenge thriller. It's definitely a lot of thrills, a lot of action in this one. It is a nail biter. This is one that will push you to the edge of your seat, and it'll make you wanting more, begging for more. But it definitely fulfills its end of the bargain. It's not full of blood, but there is definitely a nice little amount, at least a nice little amount of casualties along the way. So definitely keep that in mind. You have a high body count in here. All right. Now, this one, like I said, came out in 1990. This one is rated R, and it runs at an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know if this one suffered any cuts along the way. It very well could have. I imagine somewhere overseas it might have. Which, funny thing is, I was looking at some of the alternate names they have for this, and most of them are blood games, except for in Australia. Australia, they call it baseball bimbos in hillbilly hell, which is just like, I'm sorry, what? What are you? No, 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 no. That's just not how I would describe it, in my opinion. But they are baseball players. I would not call them bimbos. And they really are in hillbilly hell, because they are stuck up in the redwoods of California, and they're dealing with some strange backwoodsy folks. So do keep that in mind. As far as what do we got for starring cast, we got Gregory Cummings in here. He plays the lead villain's son. He is the reason why everything is happening the way it is in this movie. And then we got Laura Albert playing your main girl. She plays Babe. It's called their Babe and the Ball Girls. And we got Shelly Abblett, and then their coach is Ross Hagen, who plays a guy named Midnight. And then we got, who is an interesting character. And then we got Luke Shay playing the father to Roy, to Gregory Cummings' character. Very, very strong performances all the way around, especially Luke Shay. I thought his performance was just top notch. He definitely came across as a nice, not nice, but as a very well done, very well calculated, thought out villain for your film. I really, really thought he turned in a top notch job. I can't say anything wrong about his performance at all. I did want a little more of Ross Hagen's character. they unfortunately they kill off his character pretty early in the movie. Not early, but within the first half an hour of the film, he is off, which is kind of a bummer. I would have liked to see him go a little further, but then again, I understand exactly why they did it. It was to help build up some more of the suspense along the way and give them more these girls more of a reason to be like to fight. Not just because they are getting harassed horribly, because you start off the game with I almost forgot, this is directed by Tanya Rosenberg before I forget, but you start off the movie with a baseball scene, which is a very very interesting baseball scene, because you got these girls that they're kind of scantily clad on the way they're dressed. I'm not gonna lie, but these pigs that are playing against them are grabbing their asses and like stuff like that, calling them names, rushing them, like doing stuff like that. They're really really just assholes. I'm not gonna lie. There are people that you have no problem seeing them die, in other words. But before I get on too much further into the film, let me talk to you about this release here from Vinegar Syndrome. I got lucky and scored the cover, the slip cover, which is very cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the few slip covers that I actually do like. I'm usually not really big on those. I think they're a waste of time, a waste of money. They make collecting movies a little wonky with as far as certain things go. But either way, most of the time most of the time I don't like them, but this one I actually do. But either way, this is what we got on the inside. We got this nice reversible artwork with Babe right here, and then you flip it over, and then we got a nice reversible artwork with right here. But if you look at this, not a one of these girls is in the movie, so I don't really like that artwork very much. Although that is the artwork I remember it being when I was growing up as a child. I would have been very young, but it would have been back then. And now, as far as this one goes, it is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray on top of it, so do keep that in mind. You do have a very nice quality copy here. Now, let's get back onto the game, the movie. Like I said, you started out with this baseball game where they're being very, very crude. Luke Shay's character pays. He's in it for $1,000, 500 to get the girls up there, another 500 to in it as a bet. So it's the wager's worth $1,000 all the way around for these girls to come up and play against these good old boys. So they end up whipping these good old boys pretty bad, as like 17-4 or something like that. They really put a thumping on them. It really infuriates everybody, especially Luke Shay's character, who is one of those who refuses to lose. He plays our main villain in here, and he kind of reminds me of Jim Van Bebber in ways. His looks and he's kind of crass with the stuff he says, but he definitely on the looks he kind of reminds me of him. But that's neither here nor there. But they go back to the shower area. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, they're waiting. Midnight is waiting on Luke Shay's messenger to bring the $1,000, which is played by none other than George Buck Flowers, who is absolutely stunning. I love him in every single thing he's in, from like Escape from New York to The Berserker to Blood Games, like the guy to Tammy and the T-Rex. The guy's done some amazing stuff. Ilsa, he's in the first two Ilsa movies, playing two different characters, by the way. But anyways, back to this. Buck Flowers is their messenger type character who's bringing in this money, who he happens to be. It shows his character right away because he is a very sleazy, skeezy type guy, because he sneaks into the shower room and is sneaking peeks on these girls as they're getting cleaned up and blah blah blah. Which you do have a nice little some scenery, nice little scenery to feast your eyes on if you're looking for some scantily clad TNA. You definitely get it in that aspect before it becomes a violent film, because the messenger Buck Flowers only brings like a little bit of the money. He doesn't bring all of it. Midnight freaks out, as anybody would. He threatens to go get Luke Shay's character and get his money, which in turn he does. He is able to put a surprise. He's able to surprise him in the bathroom taking a deuce. He surprises him in there, beats the hell out of him by pure luck, because they have quite the little melee going on in there, where it took Midnight a little bit to finally gain an upper hand on this character. He ends up tying him face down into the toilet where he was just taking a deuce. So he got dunked in his own turds. Kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. I would be gagging and throwing up if I was in his shoes. But either way, he ties him down, and it's kind of funny because every time you got two different guys that come rolling in there, and both times both the guys are like, "Oh my god, this guy's in here," because he's like he's got his mouth duct taped or electrical taped or whatever. He's got it taped shut to where he can't really talk. He's got his hands taped around the toilet. All he can do is make groaning noises. And so they thought he was in there still pooping. They're like, oh my god, dude, don't push it too hard. Pinch it off. Things like that, you know. It's kind of funny. But then they finally figure out, oh, hey, that's Mr. Collins, I think was what his name is in the movie. But they find him. They later find out that, or very shortly after that, they find out that Roy and his friend have decided to go out and try to find the girls. They're very, very intoxicated. They're looking for, as they called it, pussy. But they are up to no good, and they come across two of the girls, and there's a little scuffle between them, and both these men are trying to rape these women. In turn, Midnight finds this he stumbles upon this happening on his way back from collecting the $1,000 he's owed. To this dual rape scene going on, and he beats the shit out of them for the most part, and then Roy pulls out a knife and kills Midnight, or stabs him, and Midnight later dies on the bus. It's really kind of a sad ordeal. But either way, he stabs him. They know they screwed up. They went and got some guns. The girls are in the bus at this point, and they're trying to get the hell out of there. Roy and his friend are firing shots into the bus, and do kill one of the girls, and shoots her right in the middle of the head, which there was a little bit of continuity error that I noticed there. It was a white girl that they put in the driver's seat, but the girl that got shot in the forehead that died was our African American girl. So I was a little like, wait a second, I had to rewind it and rewatch it a couple times to make sure my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. But a little continuity error there, but either way, I don't really care. I wish that character wouldn't have died because I thought she was a decent character. Honestly, you care for each and every one of the girls in this movie. There's not a one of them where you're like, whatevs. They give you enough to make you like them. They're very likable characters. Roy gets killed in the process of this, and so Luke Shay's character, he goes haywire, finds Roy's friend. Roy's friend, the piece of shit that he is, decides he's going to lie to Mr. Collins, to basically make it look like they were attacked and they were defending themselves. That in turn makes Luke Shay go absolutely crazy. He then puts a bounty on all of them. He puts $1,000 bounty on each and every one of them's head, bring them back dead, not alive. One of those ordeals. So they're spending the rest of the movie trying to run from these guys. They eventually at some point block off the road to where they are forced to go down this small country road that is a dead end, like 6 miles down the way or something like that, less than 10, either way. But they get to the end of the road. They are then forced to get out and take off on foot. That was their first mistake, or their second mistake. They should have never took the bait of it, but they did. But either way, it's still really well done. They're spending the rest of the movie in the woods, trying not to be killed by these hillbilly redneck types. Pretty basic. Now, as far as any kind of ratings would go on a technical side, this thing's probably a 3 out of 5. It is very effective. It does have some fun camera angles. The editing works very well. It never feels like a scene has chopped into something bad, like it's chopped, like it'll be up here and then all of a sudden it'll fall down here like this on its side, and you'll be like, what the hell is going on here? It never quite had that moment. It kept its momentum going throughout the entire film at a nice pace. The final showdown is very, very good. But every little incident that happens along the way is very well done and very, very done to a degree to where you're investing your time into these characters. So 3 out of 5 on a technical side. I think that's a very, very good score for that. Now, as far as an entertainment side, this thing's like a 4 out of 5. This is like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 kind of movie. Depends on who you're watching it with. If you watch movies with people that are like-minded with you, I think this might be a fun party movie, or at least a fun movie to watch with several people. Alright, guys, I love your faces. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm not sure exactly which one I got tomorrow. I know that I'm going to be doing a Ronin flicks in here, maybe a couple more Severin. I'm not 100%. Alright, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Love your faces as always, and